that roar of thunder. Hear those tires scream. Is every boy's hero, every lady's dream. Flying down highway heading west in a streak of black light called the Bandit Express. Look out, the bandits coming, tires screaming, engine humming. Looks like the bandits on the move. Look out, the bandits coming, bet your money and warn the women. Tell those smokies all to take a rest, 'cause they'll never get the Bandit Express.
Hello YouTube, Brad here, back with another adventure along Highway 31. Something a little bit different this time. We've talked a lot about the trucks. Go back to like the 6th or 7th video, the Volvo Spotlight on the FH16 Volvo 600 series. Not this one, this is the white one. It got back, well, my usual truck got back from Melbourne last night, and by the smells of it, it had either dropped a battery or one of the batteries in it was on its way out. There was a real bad battery smell, so black truck stayed home in the old white one, which is the original prime mover that they purchased when they went from rigids up to the bigger trucks. But we've talked the truck side of things, or as the Brotherhood in America would call them, the tractor. We're going to have a look now at what it tows. I've showed you a bit about it. There's been a lot of footage of loading and unloading this trailer. These newer trailers with the mezzanines in, we'll crack it open in a minute. Being able to have multi-level storage or multi-level space in there, it's depending on the freight. I know there's some freight and you would have seen the beer kegs, the mulch, stuff like that you need full height, and those mezzanine levels have to come down to the bottom to fit stuff in. But for a lot of freight we cart, I can carry just as much on this as your normal standard B double would. You're only paying rego for one trailer, and you're only paying the driver a single rate instead of a double rate. So this trailer is a Vawdrey trailer, made in Australia. There's dozens of different trailer manufacturers here, even imported stuff from the States, more. And then you got your Drake, Brentwood, and all that sort of float stuff as well. But Australian-made trailer, built strong, air quotes. We'll go for a walk down the back of it. Toolboxes on the side that we barely use. There are some timbers and that in there and some edges, but luckily for the most part we don't have to worry about tying stuff down, which I'll get to in a minute. Normally or funnily known as a drop deck trailer, you got your top on the gooseneck there, and then the trailer drops down to give you that extra bit of height. Because of that, you got smaller tyres than what would normally be on a flat top, either a flat top or a flat top taut liner. Curtains on the side, of course, and the straps. Now, I know people have been asking since I started showing Martins, load restraint curtains this thing's fitted with, which luckily for me means that for the most part and for a lot of loads you don't have to worry about tying down. Now you still have to go by your load restraint rules. Anything that can move sideways or forwards still needs to be tied down, but for having the load restricted or contained inside this with the gates, 99.9% of the stuff we carry you don't have to worry about straps. It does have barrels on the other side, every metre or every metre and a half all the way down the length, so you got your straps there that you can throw over, plus there's normally half a dozen ratchet straps inside the toolboxes under the bunk on these trucks as well for tying down more unique stuff. I've had to do it with tyres, hot water services, some forklifts I got picked up. The members know about that one and how that trip went. But yeah, toolboxes either side, front and back. It's got the little water tank there, which I don't think it's ever had water in it. As you can see, the end's been knocked off it. It's not really something. I wear gloves, so. And then your tri-axles under the back of it. 3 rows of 4 tyres, 12 in total, plus the your drive tyres and your steers. We go around the back for a minute. You've got your oversized vehicle signs there, LED lights on the back, and your rear barn doors, which need some attention at the moment. They they're not the best, but we'll crack it open and I'll jump up in there and we'll go over the mezzanine floors and some of the newer stuff that these trailers have that some of the old ones don't. Right, so here we are inside. two sections here, the rear and the middle section can take 8 pallets each, and then you've got your mezzanine floors that can raise and lower. Manual raise and lower, I think there are some newer, more expensive ones on the market that do have winch systems to raise and lower the decks, but you got your different levels here on all 4 posts, and then you've just got a bracket that goes into that, and the mezzanine sits down on top of. It's just free float, and there's nothing holding it in, holding it on, anything like that. Rear's the same, but you can go down, drop them on the floor, and you got the full height of your trailer, or you can set them at certain heights, put one load down on the bottom, and then key point, if the weight allows you to, you can throw stuff up on top. Now, these mezzanine decks are rated for about 3 tonne each, so you've really got to pay attention to that, how much weight you're putting up top, not only for the max load these can hold, but you put 3 tonne there, 3 tonne there, 6 tonne up above your centre of gravity, up towards the top of the trailer, and then you really got to be careful on roundabouts and corners and that sort of thing as well. The other thing, this trailer had aluminium gates on it when we first got it, because they get bashed around so much by the fork. A lot of our jobs, it's loaded and unloaded from the one side. You would have seen that before for a lot of the unloading stuff. Pallets get pushed across. Sometimes there's stuff jammed behind them. Sometimes you got a standard pallet, and then you might have a wider pallet, and people try and jam them in. But those gates got replaced with these steel ones, which are about 30 kilos, 40 kilos. So it is a lot heavier gate, but it's going to hold the freight a lot better, and hopefully last a lot longer than what the aluminium ones will or did, because by the end they were cracked. All these bars had come off. They'd just completely fallen apart. It's also why you got to sort of be careful and think and plan your lift, because if you don't, you're going to hurt something. They are attached to straps that run on runners at the top, so you don't have to worry about holding the whole weight. Not like anyone that does flat top work, where your gates, once they're off, you're hanging onto them until they hit the bottom. But at least having the mezzanine floors, it does give you a lot more space for cart and freight. Also out of the factory, you can put 2 spare tyres under here. Unfortunately, whether it's OH&S restrictions, ease, price, what have you, no spare tyres on this trailer, even though I have asked for them a couple of times, because I prefer to change a tyre myself than be stuck on the highway for 4 or 5 hours waiting for a tyre change mob to come out. We don't normally get flats that often, but you never know, there's always a nail. I've had a nail in one before and it's slowly gone down, and you realise once you get a bit of weight on the back from Bunnings or something that that tyre's a bit doughy. And it might not have been seen when you walk around doing your morning checks. So a couple more things. Unfortunately, this trailer, it's only got the winch at the front. If we go down here to the back, a couple of the other older trailers we've got have got rear winches for the curtains as well. But unfortunately, no winch. So what that does, or what it means for me anyway, and you've seen it, Gundy meats, whatever, because a lot of the freight that goes to the second drop in Fishwick's already on the truck when it comes out of Melbourne, it stays on there, and then any freight we have to go up sort of gets put on the back and up on top wherever we can fit it. Which means Gundy meats, the ag joint in Yass, Canturf, any places like that, when the freight gets put on, it's at the back. So to get it off, unfortunately, I've got to undo all the buckles all the way down, open the end, pull the curtains forward, and get your one pallet out, and then go and close it all up again. Which, fun, but that's what we're dealt with. It's unfortunate, but not all trails are perfect. So that's us, that's the Vawdrey trailer. I'm probably not saying that correctly, but sue me. I don't know how much it weighs. I should know how much it weighs, but I don't. Again, a lot of our stuff, the heaviest stuff we have to cart is the Martin's mulch, and it's still not anywhere near our maximum weight, so might be homework for next time. Find out how much the trailer weighs. Or I just have a look at the plate. So it's a July 2022 trailer. Gross mass of 23.5 tonne. Or gross load of 23.5 tonne. Max weight all up's 38. So it's not a 40 tonne trailer, which is interesting. And yeah, so it's about 13.5 tonne, which is about right. The flat top we used to have at the scrapyard with the K105, I think it was. It was about 13.5 tear as well. So I won't be driving over any 15 tonne bridges though, just in case. So anyway, that's the Vawdrey trailer. As I said before, I've focused on the truck before. Time to focus on the trail a little bit, and yeah, starting to get peckish. So we'll head down the road here. I've got something special planned, and fill the hole, fill the guts. Alright, I've just pulled over on top of Aeroplane Hill here at Canberra. Map there, for those that want to know where Aeroplane Hill is. We've often talked about eating on the highway, finding good, decent food, and not paying a lot for it. But luckily in Australia we've got plenty of wildlife, and getting some bush tucker on the highway is something very easy to do. Now, luckily this morning on the way up, I found a nice kangaroo on the side of the road, which looked fresh. Throw a wheel over it, tenderise it a bit. It beautifully sticks to the mud flaps behind the wheels, and now it's probably been air drying for about 8 hours. So we're going to go find a bit of that. And there's also a cockatoo stuck on the bull bar that I hit this morning as well. We're going to go get some bush tucker on Highway 31. No, not there. Was he somewhere? Get down here. Yummy, yummy. Nicely air dried. Get away from the noise of that truck a bit. So, a bit of your kangaroo jerky. Well, it's more of a biltong, nice and juicy. If you want to dry it out a bit more, in on the exhaust of the truck, and be not too bad. But we'll go have a go at this cockatoo now. I'm not going to show plucking it, preparing it, anything like that. We'll just cut back to the truck and, well, bit of hair. We'll cut back to the truck and, yeah, try some lovely cockatoo. Alright, so we're back in the truck. If you haven't got utensils, knives, that sort of stuff, the kangaroo jerky on the mudguard's a great way to do it. But here, mate, grab some of our cockatoo. Now, obviously, a lot of people, they prefer the wing. Wings on birds, quick and easy to eat, that sort of thing. But personally, I always go for the drumstick straight away, because it's just the way to go. And then normally I carry some secret herbs and spices, and some dirty chook, some cockatoo goes down really well. Normally, especially those running Cummins engines, even the older Caterpillars, there's a nice little lip behind the turbo, between the turbo and the block, that you can sit some stuff like this, or do like I done and make yourself a nice little patent turbo oven that's in the shed at home, and cook your food that way. But dirty chook, can't beat it. So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to thank channel members for supporting the channel, even though this is a bit of a freebie today, not having to buy anything. But and you can do it snake. I've been seeing some turtles on the side of the road. Just steer over, hit it with the tyre, tenderise it a bit, flick it on the mudguard, and it's all spread out there as a drying rack and ready to go. So I'm going to finish this, and then we're going to keep on heading south. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you liked all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, comment if you've got any questions for me, and anything else. There is an email address down in the description box if you don't want to ask a question publicly. I'll put it that way. Send us an email. But thank you, channel members. That's it for another day.
Carry and move over.
Okay, it's only a short one. I'm going away for the Australia Day long weekend, so not much editing time, so I only wanted to make a short one for this week. Apologies if you're looking forward to a longer video, but that'll be next week. I hope you enjoyed your Australia Day. Hope you threw some lamb on the barbie and all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.